I got you, Germs. We can just play this in the background, buddy.
Here we are, we're back again, safe upon the shore. In Belfast town, we'd like to stay and go to sea no more.
Okay, enough of that. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm glad to be back on the normal schedule-ish. I was a little bit late today, but trying to readjust. So what we have for you today, it is Pi Day, International Pi Day. And some of you might be asking, apple, cherry? No, it's a different kind of pie. It's the number pi, which is so instrumental in the way that we do mathematics and many of the ways we live our life. So it's not as interesting. I'm not baking a cherry pie. Although that would be cool. Maybe next year for Pi Day. Shut up, Blandress. Also, upcoming, we have a video premiere coming up at 1:30. So I'm going to run you through to 1:30. I'll just play it in the background. I'm going to run you up to 1:30. And then we'll link you over to the premiere. You guys can see that. It's pretty interesting and terrifying. So you'll see when it happens. It's about a 5-minute video, so nothing terribly long. Let's say hi to everybody and get rolling. Impish, good to see you, dear. Germs, again, this is for you. Sea shanties. Jonathan, what's up, buddy? It's about to get spherical up in here. Exactly. Linda, good morning. Well, we're going to start ironing and back out the schedule. As we all know, I've been trying to grow, and we're doing so. We're at 417, I believe. So I'm going to take advantage of the trial, and Hayden's been very nice in dumping people into me, so I've been taking advantage of that. But not today. Well, you should love both. Yeah, then you can figure it out. Yeah. So, I didn't bring up Rumble. Impish is hanging out over there in Rumble for me. Dropping truth bombs and links. Oh, have fun. That sounds fun. All right, so let's get into it. Although that's great. That's great. We'll play a different song for 1 minute and 14 seconds. Shut up, Jonathan. All right, so we'll listen to a different song. This is how to memorize a song to help you memorize the first 100 digits of pi. Enjoy. It's only like a minute. It's annoying, but deal with it.
And now, ASAP Science presents 100 digits of pi.
3.14159, this is pi, followed by 2653589, circumference over diameter 79, then 323, OMG, can't you see? 8462643, and now we're on a spree. 38 and 32, now we're blue, oh who knew? 7,950, and then a 2. 88 and 41, so much fun, now we're on 97169393751. Halfway done. 458 now, don't be late. 209, where's the wine? 74, it's on the 4, the 9 for 459. 230, we gotta go. 78, we can't wait. 1640628, we're almost near the end, keep going. 62, we're getting through. 089, 9 and 10, 862, 8034, there's only a few more. 82, then 53, 42, 11, 7, and 67. We're done. Was that fun? Learning random digits so that you can write to your friends.
Thank you guys for watching. If you want to get the song, we'll put links.
Fantastic way to remember 100 digits pi. Yeah, I also only know 3.1459159, excuse me. And any more than that, who cares, right? I mean, I think it's an interesting party trick if you're a nerd, but yeah, I mean, I'm good. So, well, that's more than me, buddy. Hope that didn't help me learn pi. Well, we can listen to it again. Yeah, there's some people that know like 1,000 digits of pi. It's pretty ridiculous. So, I think they actually have like a competition to see who knows the most digits of pi, which is nerds. Yeah, I'm not going to take part in that. You only have so much brain capacity, and I don't. I mean, just roundabout. Unless you're doing. I mean, there are certain things that you need more accurate, but yeah. But there are more interesting things that I could put into my brain with my limited capacity, as we all have, than remembering a bunch of random numbers. So, unfortunately, it doesn't enter. All right, so let's learn a little bit about pi from Math is Fun. I agree with that sentiment. Math is fun. So draw a circle with a diameter all the way across the circle of 1. Then the circumference all the way around the circle is 3.1459265, a number known as pi. Yeah, usually I just use 3.14 and it gets me close enough. Unless I'm doing something very specific, then, But that's what we have calculators for. Pi is pronounced like pi, is often written using the Greek symbol pi. The definition is the circumference divided by the diameter of a circle. So this is our circumference, this is our diameter, and that gives us pi. The circumference divided by the diameter of a circle is always pi, no matter how large or small the circle is. To help you remember what pi is, just draw the diagram. You can do it yourself if you want to participate. Draw a circle or use something like a circular plate, measure around the edge, measure across the circle, divide, and we get 3.1538. But that's pretty close to pi. Maybe if I measured more accurately, right? We can use pi to find the circumference when we know the diameter. Circumference equals pi times diameter. So if you know how far across the circle is, pi gives you the circumference. So pi times 1,000 meters equals 3.1459159 meters, blah, blah, blah. So 314 meters. Yeah, well, engineering, you use a lot of it. So also we can use pi to find the diameter when we know the circumference. Diameter equals circumference divided by pi. The radius is half the diameter, so we can also say for a circle with a radius of 1, the distance halfway around the circle is 3.155. Blah, blah. Because we're cutting both in half, so the radius is half and half of the circumference. Pi is blah, blah, blah. The digits go on and on with no pattern. Pi has been calculated to over 100 trillion decimal places, and there's still no pattern to the digits. Pi normal. What the hell is pi normal? Oh. Yeah, there's no. So yeah, no pattern, and it goes on forever. It's pretty interesting. Yes. A quick and easy approximation for pi is 22 divided by 7. That gets you really close. But as you can see, 22 divided by 7 is not exactly right. In fact, pi is not equal to the ratio of any two numbers, which makes it an irrational number. It's very irrational. A really good approximation, better than the 1 part in 10 million, is 355 divided by 113. I usually remember just 3.14159, but you can also count the letters of, may I have a large container of butter today? Oh, okay. And there's to the 100 decimal places. We already calculated it. Pi Day is celebrated on March 14th. March is the third month, so it looks like 314. Of course. So it's pi. That's why we're celebrating it today. Let me go through. Hell yeah, we're going to do math. It's Pi Day. So the diagram shows a circle with a center O and a diameter of 20 centimeters. Which of the following is the best estimate for circumference of the circle? Does anybody know? Audience participation. Here. What else my Jeopardy? Jonathan knows. Come on, Jonathan. Damn it, Jonathan. It's not that hard. Get some chocolate. The answer is A. It's 63 centimeters. It's 62.8. Oh, shit. It's all right here. You walk around the circle that has a diameter of 300 meters. How far have you walked? $942 meters. A circular bangle has an inside radius of 35 millimeters. What is the circumference of the inside of the bangle? It's 20. Well, I'll just use pi. Is that what the hell are you telling me to do? So it'd be 70. 220. Ahmed measured the diameter d and the circumference c of a circle accurately to the nearest millimeter with the results blah blah blah. When he uses measurements to calculate the value of pi, correct to 7 decimal places, what value did he get? Shit, I have to use a calculator for this one. 3.15929. There we go. Which gives you the best estimate for pi. 22 divided by... Oh. What the fuck? I mean, what the hell? They told us over and over that it was that one, and then they change it? Bastards. The circumference of the circle is 66 inches. What is the diameter of the circle? See, it's telling you again, use this one. That's Bush League. That one was tricky. Tricky dicky. What's up, Jacob? The circumference of the circular track is 47.1 miles. What is the diameter of the track? In miles. Three more. How many of the following statements are correct? Pi is the ratio of circumference to the diameter of the circle. Pi is 3.14. Pi is a rational number. Only statements 1 and 4 are correct. Yeah, because you're being a dick. What is pronounced? Well, we're going to that value, so we should be. Oh, okay. Well, got a couple of them wrong. What's the percent error in using? You may use a calculator. Oh, thank you for that. I'm going to completely guess and say 4%. Yeah, good job. All right. Because I didn't feel like doing it. So that is your Pi Day math quiz. Got, 2 wrong? And both of them were bullshit. 3 wrong. 70%. I passed. Congratulations. So, I also have a calculator over here where you can. I have to get rid of all those. I also have a calculator over here that, if you need the digits of pi. I loved algebra class in high school. I was the only student with an A. The rest of the students were DF and thought I was a wizard. That's awesome. Yeah, so that's the next story I was going to tell. So I am shitty for. Yep, Pi Day. What's up, buddy? Love you too, Belandris. So I had a math teacher, and I do it all in my head, so I don't really need to. Like, it's very rare that I actually show work or even use a calculator for that matter. So it's one of those things that I do in my head. I also had a ridiculous habit of sleeping all the time when I was in math class because I already knew the material and didn't want to deal with it. So in my, I think it was algebra 2 or something like that. So, my teacher yelled at me for like the first 3-4 weeks, but I kept acing every test. And she's like, you have to be cheating because you're not showing your work. You're not paying attention in the lesson, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, no, ask me any question and I'll tell you the answer. And so she starts like pop quizzing me on these random shit and got every single one of them right. And she's like, you may really know the material. And I'm like, I do. And then she was really cool about it. She's like, just don't disrupt class. You can sleep, and I'm fine with you not showing your work. And I'm like, yes. So she was awesome. It could have been much more painful for me, but well, they ended up putting me on a computer class so I could graduate early, or until our school was stupid AF in Tennessee. So we can go up to 1 million digits of pi. Like, makes seemingly 0 sense. And they are just number. And it never ends. That's 1 million, but it never ends. So, second hand, man. Teachers are incapable of understanding how others think and learn. Most of them are, but some of them are really good. And my math teacher was a fantastic woman. And it could have turned out a lot different had I not had her. So I'm appreciative of that fact. All right, so now we're going to get into kind of where it came from. I'm trying to... I had one up for where it came from. We'll just go through this one. We have time. So this is brought to you by piaday.org, a website. Probably no symbol in mathematics has evolved as much and evoked as much mystery, romanticism, misconception, and human interest as the number pi. William Schaff. So they have people that study it. So, what distraction? I didn't do any distractions. Only you can prevent forest fires. But why would you? Don't start forest fires. It was a joke. Don't do that. I like my forests. Perennial puzzle. Pi has interested people around the world for over 4,000 years. Many mathematicians, from famous ones such as Fibonacci, Newton, Leibniz, and Gauss, to lesser-known mathematical minds, have toiled over pi, calculated its digits, and applied it to numerous areas of mathematics. Some spent the better parts of their lives calculating just a few digits. And then computers came along and reworked the entire thing very quickly. No, we're not doing that. What's up, Mystic? Yep. Early decimal approximations for pi were obtained a number of different ways. For example, in ancient Babylon, rope stretchers marking the locations of buildings and boundaries estimated pi to be 25 over 8. 25 divided by 8. 3.125. The ancient Egyptians determined the ratio to be 16 divided by 9 squared equals approximately 3.16. The earliest calculations of pi were largely based on measurements. Archimedes, a Greek mathematician, was the first to use algorithmic approach to calculate pi. He drew a polygon inside a circle and drew a second polygon outside the circle. Then he continuously added more and more sides to both polygons, getting closer and closer to the shape of a circle. Having reached 96-sided polygons, he proved that 223 divided by 71 pi 22 to 7. So he's the one that got the closest. So that's a cool way of doing it. Just increase the sides until you get almost to a circle. From Archimedes' time, about 250 BCE, to the early 1600s, mathematicians in countries around the world used methods similar to Archimedes to estimate pi, with increasingly efficient and accurate results. In 1630, Austrian, don't give the Australians more credit, Austrian astronomer Christopher Greinbeck calculated 38 digits of pi using polygons with 10 to the 40th sides. So that is a lot of sides, which remains the best calculation of pi using the polygonal method. That's a lot of work. The Renaissance saw many developments and work on pi, including the creation of name pi. Until 1647, it didn't have a universal name or symbol. English mathematician William Outred began calling it pi in his publication, Clavis Mathematicae. But it wasn't until Leonard Euler used this symbol in 1737 that it became widely embraced. The reason for adopting this particular Greek letter is because it is the first letter of the Greek word perimetos, which loosely translates to circumference. Yes, we need to take all the flammable items away from Jonathan and Belandris. In 1767, Swiss mathematician Johann Heinrich Lambert proved pi is irrational, and in 1882, Ferdinand von Lindemann proved pi is transcendental, which means pi cannot be a solution to a polynomial equation with rational coefficients. This finding is significant because, until this point, it was believed that one could construct a square and a circle with equal area, known as squaring the circle. Proving the transcendence of pi showed that it is not possible, and the phrase squaring the circle is now used as a metaphor for trying to do something that is impossible. With modern technological advances, pi has now been calculated to 31 trillion digits. However, the first 39 or so are needed to be able to perform all the calculations in our observable universe with virtually no error. So, anything past 40 to 31 trillion are completely useless. Though it is news every time the digit record is broken, we can now use technology to explore other aspects of pi. One example from the Chernovsky brothers, a pair of American mathematicians. Oh, I know. That's insane. That's insane. We're looking for the appearance of some rules that would distinguish the digits of pi from other numbers. If you see a Russian sentence that extends for a whole page with hardly a comma, it is definitely Tolstoy. If someone gave you 1,000,000 digits from somewhere in pi, could you tell it was from pi? We really don't look at patterns, we look for rules. I like cake. You didn't even do the math test. You weren't here for the math test. Take some time to research and explore this unique number. It is a long and very detailed history that shows the field of mathematicians, as a living, breathing subject, not as a collection of rules and formulas. I don't know what this lady is. Where does pi occur? Pi occurs in many areas of mathematics, far too many to list here. The study of pi begins in around middle school, when students learn about the circumference of area circles. So we already went through that, so I'm not going to go back through that. This gets into the cylinders and cones, so 2 pi r squared. Volumes, pi r squared times h. And then we can get into spheres. Yeah, that's a very interesting name. Surface area of a sphere is 4 pi r squared. So you can tell a sphere as well. And volumes of spheres, 4/3 pi r cubed. We can use it to find cones and volumes of cones. We can find it radians and degrees. Angles can be measured in both degrees and radians. A radian is defined as an arc that has the same length and measurement of the radius of a circle. Since pi diameters equal circumference, 2 pi radius also equals circumference. Therefore, 360 degrees is the same as 2 pi r, or 2 pi radians. 180 degrees equals pi radians, 90 degrees equals pi over 2 radians, etc. So you can find angles, arcs, sectors. We're not going to get too far into that. These are different volume methods. We're not going to go into that. Shell method, half shells. These just scratch the surface. Pi exists in many mathematical and scientific applications. Technological advancements over the last 60 years or so will allow us to explore the famous number even more deeply than before. If you're interested in learning more about pi, there's no better time than to see what's out there. Have fun. I will. I will have fun. So we're done with that one. Oh, this is the other one. This dude is definitely slaying. Look at this guy wearing a pie shirt. He's eating pie. That dude is slaying. Are you going to give me both, Dance? Pie crust does not grow, Sean. Stop. Sean, so I figured out that you probably... I figured out that you probably have like 300 accounts. Well, probably, so 14, you probably have 7 accounts. I really hope that you subscribe to me with all 7 accounts. There's not enough here in the world for that meeting. Yes, there is. Yeah, there is. $787. What? You don't have 787 accounts. Shut up. You have 7. And if you actually, for some reason, do have 787 accounts, I need you to subscribe. Because you can get me to 500 all on your own. And I'll take that moment to say, if you're new here or not subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit that like. I'm not always a nerd. I think so, for sure. Sean, how come every time you come in chat, you go all autistic? What? Anyways, hit that like, hit that subscribe. We're on our way to 500. We're trying to get there so that we can do the meat roast. So, all right. So I think we'll finish up with this, the origination of Pi Day. This model is ready to celebrate Pi Day as he walks the runway at the Niyazi Erdogan show at the Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week in Istanbul, Turkey, 2015. I didn't know such thing existed. National Pi Day was officially recognized by the United States Congress in 2009. But the definitely not square roots of the holiday, math pun, can be traced back to 1988, great year, and a man named Larry, the Prince of Pi Shaw. Shaw was a beloved longtime employee of the Exploratorium, a science museum in San Francisco, California, and came up with the idea of Pi Day on a 1988 staff retreat following the death of Exploratorium founder Frank Oppenheimer. Name linked to the nuclear bomb. I think there probably is. There's probably some somewhere. It was almost too perfect. The first digits of pi are 3.14, March 14th. Even better, March 14th is also Albert Einstein's birthday. Happy birthday, Albert. You got some stuff wrong, but don't we all? Don't we all at times? Making Pi Day the ultimate geeky doubleheader. I resent that. The first Pi Day celebration was nothing more than Shaw and his wife handing out slices of fruit pie and tea at 1:59. The three digits following 3.14. Wow, that's nerdy. I didn't even get that far. But the holiday quickly gained fame in the Bay Area. Shaw eventually built the Pi Shrine at the Exploratorium, a circular classroom with a circular brass plaque at its center. Every Pi Day celebration at the Exploratorium ended with a colorful parade led by Shaw blasting his boombox with a remix of Pomp and Circumstance set to the digits of pi, encircling the Pi Shrine exactly 3.14 times. The parade ended with the singing of Happy Birthday to Albert Einstein. Nerd. The Prince of Pi passed away in 2017, but the annual Exploratorium party continues, as do Pi Day celebrations the world over. Popular ways to celebrate include baking pie and other circular treats, making a construction paper pie chain where each 10 digits is a different color, and creating a collage out of circular shapes. You can also challenge your friends to a pie memorization contest in case you'd like to get on the pie world ranking list. For a little context, the current world record for memorizing and reciting the most digits of pi was set by Suresh Kumar Sharma of India in 2015 when he recited a staggering 70,030 digits. Holy hell. In 17 hours and 14 minutes. Whoa. That's pretty insane. Pretty insane. I don't know that I could remember 70,000 of anything. Why don't you start with 20? And again, we have the digits of pi. Blah, blah, blah. Let's go to NASA and see what they got. because I got to fill 15 more minutes. Tubular tally, blah, blah, blah. Rad reflection. See, this doesn't, there's nothing pi day related. Oh, I get what it's doing. So, Perseverance is designed to collect rock samples that will eventually be brought back to Earth. Probably not. For further study, this will be the first time we've ever brought back samples from Mars. After scientists identify an interesting rock that they would like the rover to collect, Perseverance uses a special coring bit to drill out a rock cylinder 13 millimeters in diameter. As the rover drills, the rock core moves onto one of the 38 available tubes that will store the rock sample, sealed until it's open one day in a lab on Earth. If the coring bit collects rock cylinder 60 millimeters in length, what's the volume of the rock sample tube? Damn it, we're not doing more math. What's up, Fast? Did you get my email, buddy? Well, it's not my fault. Make me some food. We're just getting started. So we'll go into James Webb Telescope, designed to look back at some of the earliest galaxies in the universe to capture light from these distant and faint objects. The telescope must be very sensitive. Webb uses 18 hexagonal mirrors to combine to form a massive primary mirror with a surface area of 26.4 meters squared. This large mirror allows the telescope to collect incredibly faint infrared light and reflect it onto 4 onboard science instruments, like the Mid-Infrared Instrument, or MIRI. This science instrument can reveal stars hidden within galaxies, gas and dust clouds, and tell scientists about the materials that could make up distant galaxies. Launched in 1990, the Hubble telescope changed our understanding of the universe when it began operations using a primary mirror that had a diameter of just 2.4 meters. How much bigger is the area of Webb's primary mirror than Hubble's? Quite a bit. Cool. Sounds good, buddy. I addressed that up like 7 times now. He has other opportunities, and he wanted to explore the other opportunities, so he has stepped away from the show, and I wish him the best. So there's an asteroid passing by today, by the way, that is 69 alligators. No idea what that means or why they did it that way. But that's the unit of measurement they use, 69 alligators. How big is an alligator? They're all different sizes. Metal math, new for 2023. Yeah, I know. Or the cheesy beefy burrito. Like, they were so cheap. I went there the other day and they had I think bean and rice, but it was like $2 now. No, we truly, there's no drama, there was no fight, anything. And I'm not gonna, probably this will be the last time I address it. He just wanted to go. He wanted to go with Flux and Gosney, and didn't want to be here and have this responsibility and be able to bounce around and go to different shows. And I wish him the best. There's literally zero drama or nothing. So I'm sorry, Barb. Look in Discord, by the way. Impish puts them in Discord in my specific show tab, and might be a good way to look at it so you don't miss the notifications. Hey, Digger. Asteroid Psych 16 is of particular interest to scientists because ground-based observations indicate that the surface may be metallic. If it was metallic, we could harvest it. Earth and other terrestrial planets have metal cores, but they are buried deep inside the planets, so they're difficult to study. If Psyche consists of a large amount of metal, it might resemble a planetary core from which we could learn about terrestrial planet core formation or harvest it. No, you're totally fine. I just there's nothing there's nothing there. He wanted to do other shows, and I said, yeah, go for it. So yeah, we're still fine, still cool. So where am I at? NASA Psyche mission, we use specialized tools to study the asteroid's composition from orbit. Psyche has roughly triaxially ellipsoid shape, with axes about 290 kilometers, 245 kilometers, and 170 kilometers. Its mass, as an estimated from its gravitational effects on nearby bodies such as Mars, is about 2.7 times 10 to the 19th kilogram. Yep. Use the formula for volume V. I'd rather not. So average densities, blah, blah, blah. Eclipses. How many more are these? I have to burn like 5 more minutes, so we'll do one more. You know why I did. And I didn't do it. Talk to my producer if you want mod powers. Yeah, I just threw you under the bus. Telescope Tango. NASA's TESS mission is designed to survey the entire sky in search of exoplanets or planets orbiting stars other than our sun. In its 2-year primary mission, TESS identified more than 2,600 possible exoplanets and counting. And apparently the asteroid is 320 meters in diameter and 590 feet wide. Why the hell did you use 2 different measurements? Takes science time for mixing measurements and messing with my brain. Just give me 1 unit measure. Yeah, okay. So it wasn't you. So that's a big asteroid, and it's passing by today. So Pluto absolutely is a planet. To look at exoplanets, the Space Telescope flies in a highly eccentric elliptical orbit, which had never been attempted before. This orbit, called P divided by 2, minimizes the amount of light or time that the light and heat from Earth and Moon can interfere with data collection. And it still allows the spacecraft to make close passes by Earth to transmit data about its findings back to scientists. The spacecraft's 13.7-day orbit has an axis of 376,000 kilometers at apogee and an axis of 108,400 kilometers at perigee. Each downlink for test takes about 3 hours to complete. So what that means is it's eccentricity, so it's more of an oval, and that's to make it. What's up, Greedy? It's been a while, buddy. I hope you're well. Good to see you. That is true. We're learning, so it doesn't count. Oh, Osiris Rex is interesting too. And we still have a couple minutes, so we'll go through Osiris Rex. NASA's Osiris Rex mission was designed to travel to an asteroid called Bennu and bring back a small sample to Earth for further study. To achieve its mission, the spacecraft needed to make contact with 26 centimeters squared of asteroid Bennu's surface and collect millimeter-sized particles using its contact pad samplers. These are 1.5 centimeter diameter circular pads of Velcro-like stainless steel. There are 24 pads on a mechanism designed to collect the samples. So it actually collected way too much. But that Bennu is a cool one. So there's a lot of cool stuff that NASA put out for Pi Day, all related to pi. So you can have some real life examples of the sky crane was cool. Yeah, it's a big boy. Big boy. I haven't looked at the orbital track. I think it's going to miss us by a lot, but use spectroscopy to study corals. So pi is instrumental in so many things. These are all, dust storms on Mars, cloud computing, weather manipulation, storm spotter on Jupiter's big red spot. I see intel. What's this? Oh, laser setting ice. So scientists at JPL study ices found in space to understand what they're made of and how the chemical process unfolds in cold environments. To find out what molecules are produced when sunlight or solar wind hits a comet, scientists place a piece of simulated comet ice in a vacuum to expose it to conditions that exist in space. Then they aim an infrared laser at a sample to produce a plume that can be analyzed. Scientists have found that when simple molecules are exposed to light or electrons, they can transform into more complex molecules, even ones considered key to life's formation. So studying the formation of life and panspermia. So probably trying to prove or disprove that. Who's the lizard people? I'm not lizard people. Oh yeah, CZ is definitely a lizard people. 100%. Yeah, 4 million kilometers is not it's not terribly far though for that big of an asteroid. That's kind of surprising. Scientists need to know how much energy is hitting the sample of a given area. This is called fluence. Enough of it will explode the ice so the sample can be analyzed. Peak fluence is found by dividing the laser's total optical pulse energy by pi watts squared divided by 2, where the W is the radius of the beam. Using the beam that has a radius, blah, blah, blah. We're not doing that. So again, there are just tons of different things that we can attribute pi to. There's a Muamua. We can use it for craters. It's a close shave. 4 million kilometers is definitely close. Still outside the orbit of the moon. Yeah, but if it has that much, I mean, it'll be fun to see where it goes. panspermia, the idea that comets brought life to Earth. All right, so now we're going to go back to the pi song, see if you guys can get it this time. And then we're going to go, well, if you would be so kind, we're going to pop over to my Premiere. I'll hang out in the, where the hell is it? Videos. How could I not see my Premiere? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, stop it. Did I screw it up? Because I potentially screwed it up. Hang on, I'm going to check real quick while you're, well, here. I can check while you guys are listening to the song.
And now, ASAP Science presents 100 digits of pi.
3.14159, this is pi, followed by 2653589, circumference over diameter 79, then 323, OMG, can't you see? 8462643, and now we're on a spree. 38 and 32, now we're blue, oh who knew? 7,950 and then a 2. 88 and 41, so much fun, now we're on 9716939 and 3751. Halfway done. 458 now, don't be late. 209, where's the wine? 74, it's on the floor. The 94459. 230, we gotta go. 78, we can't wait. 1640628, we're almost near the end. Keep going. 62, we're getting through. 089, 9 and 10. 862, 8034, there's only a few more. 32, then 53. 42, 11, 70, and 67. We're done. Was that fun? Learning random digits so that you can write to your friends.
All right, so that will end our Pi Day extravaganza. Just in time to head over to Video Premiere. I dropped the link in the chat. Video is private. It will be private until it is premiered, which is another minute. So, yeah, it should be up now. If I screwed it up, let me know. Should be private until 1:30 because it's. What's bad? All right, now try it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to end this link. Have a great day, and thank you so much for stopping by. Happy Pi Day.